Welcome back to Heron Hospital. This episode has been quite a while in the making. In fact, it's been 6 hard weeks of sanding, repairing decks, pulling out lots of bits of herons that don't need to be there anymore, and fixing up broken rudder cheeks. So we hope you enjoy the show today. Welcome back to Heron Hospital. There are 3 herons in the Heron Hospital at the moment. The first heron is the lovely red, nearly finished heron of extraordinary potential. I can't wait to launch her for the first time. And of course, Luca's Waiwiri and Dynamite Jack. Part of the reason that we haven't made a video for quite some time is that the videos would have been filled with this. Yes, it's stripping your heron. Sanding, stripping, heat gunning, and sanding again. As you know, if you've ever done up a boat, this is probably the most labour intensive and truly boring part of the process. We've all been so impressed with Luca. He might only be 13, but gee, he's put in the effort on Waiwiri. She was very difficult to strip. Her veneer on her ply is so thin, almost transparent in some places, so we had to do a lot of this job by hand. It was very difficult, but that kid, he really put in. On Heron Hospital.
Alright, so sand the whole bear ready for fiberglassing and pull out the venturi because it's not sitting flush and is wet, and fix that repair.
Sounds easy. So instead of boring you with all of the sanding in all of its entirety, we thought we'd just skip ahead to the next stage. As you probably remember from our previous videos, Anthony's Dynamite Jack has been brought back. Dynamite Jack is 41 years old and she was looking a little bit dated. So Anthony has been cleaning her up, ready for some more modern side buoyancy tanks, and also to help strengthen her and make her a little bit lighter. He's taken out the stern buoyancy tank. The plan is, after the buoyancy tanks go in, that some of those frames will come out as well. So she's having some pretty major surgery.
There for the seats. You won't have seats.
You want the handle out?
Oh, it's like having a nurse, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the widest chisel.
There you go.
Thank you. Ta.
So you're going to split it down the middle.
Yeah.
Chisels are sharp.
Well,
you know
unless
that?
you don't sharpen them, and then they're not sharp. Well, at least it's more delicate than a chainsaw. But now that Dynamite Jack is all stripped out, let's show you what's been happening with Waiwiri. Waiwere's ply, unfortunately, does need to be glassed, as it's very, very thin in places, so Luke has been doing a lot of sanding to prepare her for that. This is footage from the first time that Luke has sailed Waiwere. At the end of this video, you'll notice that the boat comes to a sudden stop. At that moment, the rudder snapped. It not only failed at the blade, but it ripped half of the rudder cheek off. So Luca and Anthony have been working very hard to fix that. Are you ready for it? Here comes the snap. Unfortunately, not much of the ply could be saved from that side of the rudder cheek. But Anthony has very kindly donated some of the ply from the tanks that have been taken out of Dynamite Jack. These have been laminated onto some new board, and here is Luca cutting them out, ready for a trial fitting on the rudder cheek.
We can always reduce it, but it's hard to add on harder. Nothing's impossible, but yeah, so if you come from this way, rather than get yourself caught round there,
Yeah.
then you come at that way.
Yeah, looks pretty good, I think.
So then, so you've got your nice cedar happening here, and you can, then just sand that down.
Yeah.
Sort of use a file or whatever works for you. Sort of through there and tidy that up. The more experience you get, the more you can do it straight off the saw. But that's a really good first go, I reckon.
Cool.
What do you think?
Yeah, I reckon that's good.
What we'll do is put on, I was saying to your mum, we'll get some 3mm ply when I'm doing my side tanks, and we'll put it on here.
Yep.
And then we'll just glue that then on top of it, and that will give you enough. So you just need, because you've still got 4 layers of fiberglass to go on there, so that'll give you a bit more space there.
So as you can see, Waiwere is coming along nicely.
There you go.
Now for the heron of extraordinary potential. Unfortunately, there was an incident during one of the huge windy days that we had down here in Hobart, where our little plastic blue dinghy anchor blew off the shelf and landed spike first into the perfectly finished wooden side decks. You can imagine how thrilled I was to find that. So here we are, digging out a precise little hole to be filled once again with some of the red cedar that's been taken out of Dynamite Jack. Luca thinks that they're Franken-boats now, but they're all sharing parts for sure.
That was launched for 200 metres, and they capsized, and the skipper got up, slipped and put his head through the bottom.
Oh no!
That's a true story too.
Poor dude's head.
Was he alright?
Yeah, but it was sort of, a couple of 100 metres was as far as he got in his brand new boat.
So that's it for our latest episode of Heron Hospital. Next time, hopefully, we'll have some beautiful footage like this to show you. Maybe not. We'll probably do something more with fiberglassing next up. Looking forward to seeing you then. Thanks for watching.